Chapter 46, The Cancer Hangover. With the knowledge that smooth sailing doesn't last long on the stormy seas of life, I'm still grateful that we are given some serene moments. Without them, we would not be able to have the strength to hang on for dear life when the swells rise and our ships are tossed about. The days and weeks that followed my scare were pretty peaceful. I was still going through my cancer hangover, a term coined by my friend Cindy. But all things considered, I was doing okay. Quote from my journal. Day 798. Still the same old battle with the fatigue monster. I feel like I never get enough sleep, no matter how much sleep I get. I drag myself out of bed in the morning because I have to. I would love to stay in bed a lot longer. When I do get out of bed or try to stand up after sitting, I have to be careful because it takes a minute for my legs to work properly. I'm mostly good, but I am just not feeling like myself sometimes. That recurrent scare messed me up. I was going along really well. I'd finally said goodbye to the cancer and was ready to forge ahead in my new life. But cancer will always be lurking in the shadows for the rest of my life. It's like I'm shackled to a ball and chain and have to drag it around with me. I hope and pray that as the years go by, I will be able to not have it be such a worry in my mind. Some days I'm really able to feel peace about it. I do know that my life is in God's hands, and whatever will be, will be. But it still doesn't take away the human part of me who is ruled by fear. Day 812. My appointment with Dr. C went well. My blood looks good. He said that scans looked good as well. I also saw Dr. Leckman for my 1-year checkup. I can't believe it's been a year since I saw him. He said everything looks good as well. Why can't I convince my silly brain that everything is okay then? I've had the Lord tell me through scriptures, and I have had 2 doctors tell me that everything is well. Why can't I really feel that? I just keep waiting for the other shoe to drop. I'm happy and living life, but I have that nagging fear that creeps around in the back of my brain. Maybe it's because I was in a good place in my life when it all came crashing down. I was comfortable and happy and everything was really good. Maybe I'm afraid to get comfortable again. I don't know. It's definitely still a bit of a roller coaster ride. I love my life. I love my husband and kids, and I'm truly thankful to have the chance to stay here on earth a little while longer with them. Day 880. It has been almost 2 years since I finished chemo. I am amazed how this poison still affects my body. Chemo brain is real, and some days it is really bad. Others it is not. The best way to describe a bad day is that it is like walking through a fog all day long. It is like I have a cloud or cobwebs sitting on my head and I just can't filter through them. My actions and responses feel sluggish. Multitasking is much harder than it used to be. My body still has a lot of aches and pains. I've been pretty good about exercising daily. I can feel strength returning. My mental health is still taking a huge hit. I'm sure it will for some time now. I still cannot convince myself that everything is gone. I feel like the cancer will just be sneaky and fester and grow. I am convinced that one day I will just be feeling great and then wham! I will get the "you have cancer" phone call and our lives will be turned upside down again. I try not to let my thoughts dwell here for too long. It's a dangerous place to be. I'm just grateful that I'm still able to go to the doctor every 3 months. I find a lot of comfort in that, but there's also a lot of anxiety that comes along with those visits. Every time one rolls around, the panic alarms in my head reset. What if something turns up this time? It was sneaky before, it can be sneaky again. End quote. Once again, I felt like I just could not escape cancer's grasp and my mental health was taking a huge hit. It seemed to be everywhere. When I looked at Facebook, I felt like all I saw was update after update about someone whose cancer had returned. It also seemed as though nearly every conversation I had concluded with, "Oh, by the way, did you hear that so-and-so's cancer has come back?" Part of the problem was also due to the reality that there were some really amazing people in my life who were still having the life squeezed out of them by cancer's ugly grip. Their struggles and the heartache I felt for them were a large part of why I had finally reached the shores of PTSD land.